Hello everyone, my name is Martin and I welcome all new subscribers from around the world and also my loyal subscribers and also students right here in Toronto, Canada. This is where I live, this is where I'm producing this video, and I've got a terrific video for all of you this week. Now pay attention because this video is not only for Canadian and US traders, of which you are probably most importantly asking, what is the best Forex broker? What Forex broker can I trade with? So this is for the Canadian, US, and all traders from around the world. It is a very important subject because I know I've researched this for a long time, for many years. The Forex markets keep changing all the time, and you know what? It's becoming a lot more difficult being able to trade with a good, reliable, and regulated Forex broker, especially for U.S. traders who are having this awful time. I mean, their choices are limited to a vast degree. There's only a handful of Forex brokers that I know you guys can choose, as well as Canadians. It's getting harder and harder for us Canadians as well. And so I want to produce this video. It's going to be super important. I believe you're going to get some of the best advice for choosing a FX broker, and I've got 16 tips for you to consider. Now, before I start, it's a beautiful day for producing a video for you guys. I've got lots of time because we're in the middle of a big snowfall. You can see I'm looking out at my front yard right here. It's snowing all day. It's going to snow all day and overnight. And for you people that don't live here in Canada, my subscribers and viewers from around the world, this is what it looks like. This is a typical Canadian winter. It is absolutely beautiful. However, it's snowing, and I'm telling you guys, it is cold. The low tonight will be minus 15 degrees Celsius. You guys know how cold that is. And with the wind chill, it is up to minus 30 below. Now that was the front yard. This is my backyard. You can see it is pretty, and you know, it's something that we Canadians are very used to, although we've had a mild winter to date. So enough of our beautiful Canadian winter, and for your benefit, for those traders who live outside Canada, one day if you come to Canada, you know, don't just think about coming over in the summertime. Winter time is great too. We have a lot of great winter sports and activities that you can get yourself involved with. So let's get right to the video. And the very first thing I want to talk about is you need a broker. Now let's have a clear understanding first. And this is especially for those people who are new to Forex trading. To trade Forex, you will need a broker. They offer you a trading platform. Okay, so you need a platform where, you know, charting that you can take trades, open and close trades. They give you the products for you to trade, you know, the different Forex currency pairs, and now Forex brokers offer commodities like oil and gold, silver trading, and some other indices, world indices, as well as some stocks that you can trade as well on some of these platforms, trading platforms. So I want you to understand that your Forex broker is your business partner. Okay, now if you don't understand that, you will certainly, because you need a business partner that gives you these, or gives you the ability to trade, because often you start your account with just a little bit of money. So the Forex broker actually lends you money. It's called margin, in order so that you can trade bigger size accounts and to help you grow your business. So it's important to find a broker that cares about you, okay, and is willing to offer you support. Now, the next thing is the good, the bad, and the ugly. Just like in the famous American movie, and this is the movie I'm talking about that stars Clint Eastwood. Here's the cover of the movie, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Brokers can be anything from good to the bad and to the downright ugly. And this is the part that's confusing for a lot of traders just getting into the Forex trading. I believe there are more than 500 brokers from around the world that you can choose from. Now, a lot of choices have been eliminated, especially for the US and Canadian clients, and also clients from Japan, I believe, and some other countries from around the world, where the governments and the regulatory bodies make it difficult for you to open up a Forex account. However, when you do find a broker, you have to consider whether it's someone that you can trust, whether they can give you a good trading platform and create the conditions for you to trade. So this is what this video is all about. We're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. Okay? Now, which Forex broker is best? Okay, I want you to understand that this is one of the top 5 questions that most people who want to get into this business of trading are going to ask. This is one of the top questions. Which broker can I use? Which broker is best? Which one should I start with? Well, here's some important lessons. The very first important lesson is that there are no perfect brokers. Find one that suits your trading style and meets your needs. Next, there are very good and very bad brokers. Yes, there are Forex brokers who scam traders and have committed fraud. Okay, committed fraud on a grand scale. I'll talk a little bit more about that later on. And thirdly, third important lesson, there are some Forex brokers who care about you, but many don't. You need to find out quickly which ones care about you, okay? So let's just take that off and let's get moving to the next slide here. What you need to know first is to find a highly regulated broker. Now, this is the #1 priority when it comes to choosing from the 500 brokers around the world. Okay? Now, with these slides, I just want you to say I'm not going to go over every single little point and everything else. And the reason is because this video would take too long. So I'm just going to gleam over the highlights. But it is so important to find a broker that is located in a major world developed country. Okay, by that I mean in the US, Canada, UK, Germany, Switzerland, some other European countries. Australia and New Zealand have some fantastic brokers. Switzerland as well. They all have strict regulatory bodies that govern how the Forex brokers can operate. Okay, so this is important. If you are able to choose a broker, choose one from one of these major world developed countries. Next, take a look at this item right here, okay? And they should not be offshore brokers. Now, a lot of brokers, the majority of brokers are actually from Cyprus, Belize, Mauritius, BVI, which stands for the British Virgin Islands, the Cayman Islands, and many other offshore tax havens around the world. Okay, some of them do offer financial regulations. Cyprus is very good. The regulatory body is CySEC, but they are not as strict as the world developed countries. The regulations that you can find there. This is super important right here, guys. The broker's regulatory body and registration number. The registration number should be displayed somewhere on their homepage website. So do your research. You can always pause the video and go over every single point, and I urge you to do that. That is super important to do that, okay? So this is #1. Find a highly regulated broker. Now, what's #2? Okay, before we do that, I just want to quickly mention, this is for the US and Canadian traders. There are only a few brokers registered in North America that do business with Canadian and US clients. Now, this is strange because North America has hundreds of thousands of traders, and yet they are so limited to the brokers that are available for them. Canada's becoming like the US too, and that's bad for us because the government is really saying that we can't handle our own affairs, and that's another story. In the US, brokers have to be regulated by the NFA, okay, and the CFTC. And in Canada, brokers are registered by the CSA and regulated. There's a typo right there. Let me see if I can fix that. No. Okay. So regulated by IROC. Okay. That's the Investment Industry Regulatory Organization in Canada. So we are heavily regulated too, and there are also different rules across Canada from the different provinces. Now, because of these strict regulations, you can actually say, and this is important for me to say, because of the strict regulations and only few Forex brokers are allowed to do business here in Canada and the US, you can say that these brokers can be trusted. Yes, they can. They are running their brokerage business very good. They're not manipulating traders and so on and so forth, or not committing fraud, but they're not necessarily good for trading. And I'll explain more of that in just a moment. Okay. Now, number 2, we want to find a broker who offers a trader-friendly account. This is important. One of the trader-friendly ideas for trading is being able to have or trade with a high leverage of up to 500 to 1. Now, a high leverage does not necessarily give you any, is not necessarily good for trading, because you can also make a lot of money, but you can also lose a lot of money with the leverage that's high. But it's important for traders who are just starting out. They have a small account, they've opened up their account, it's pretty small, and you want to build up your account as quickly as you can, and you can't do that if you're only getting low leverage. So in the United States, for instance, the brokers only allow you 50 to 1. Okay, and that is really restrictive. So if you have a little bit of money to invest in a FX account, you're not going to go far unless you're almost a super perfect trader, and you're willing, and you're able to make some pretty decent money. But most traders, as you know, lose money in the beginning, and in that sense, low leverage is good. But if you're a good trader and you're willing to educate yourself, you're willing to learn, and so on, you want to, it's probably best to start with a higher leveraged account. Now, there are other rules and regulations that are very strict against Canadian and U.S. traders that are not offered around the world with other brokers. And I can tell you right now that the brokers operating in the U.S. are the most highly regulated brokers in the world. They're the most restrictive, and that's a terrible, terrible blow for traders. Okay, so it's important for you to understand that. So these are some of the trader-friendly account types, especially like you want a high leverage if you are, a scalper trader or intraday swing trader. You want to be able to make a lot more money quicker. If you're a good trader, that is, and you can only do that with a higher leverage. So that's number 2, and let's go to number the next item here. Okay, so that's number 2. But before we do that, I want you to understand that there are 2 types of brokers. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. One type is the dealing desk broker, and the other type of broker is the non-dealing desk. The difference between the 2 is huge. Avoid the dealing desk. Now, avoid this type of broker because really this broker is a market maker. You are buying or selling to your broker who trades against you. I want you to understand that. So this type of broker, a dealing desk, trades against you. There's a conflict of interest. There may be restricted liquidity, and spreads may be high. Okay, so avoid the dealing desk. You don't want a market maker broker where there may be a conflict of interest. Okay, and I just, again, you can always pause this video anytime you want and just read some of the other information. I can't go over everything with you, but this is what I do want to talk about. It's best to trade with this type of broker. It's called a non-dealing desk, and really they offer 2 types, the ECN and the STP. Now, ECN stands for Electronic Communication Network. The ECN broker sends your order through to the interbank market, like all the world banks, providing excellent liquidity. Okay, there's no conflict of interest and spreads are excellent, tight. That means very low. The STP is similar, except that they send your orders through to their own liquidity providers, the providers that works exclusively with the broker, and the spreads are generally very good, and there's no conflict of interest as well. So any one of these two is deemed to be satisfactory if you're looking for a broker. Okay, and let's continue now. A true ECN trading, okay, and this is the kind I would urge you to research when you look at a broker's website. See if they first of all offer ECN trading. Because of the liquidity, they're trading with the world banks, and here are some of the names of the world banks. You can see Deutsche Bank, Commerce Bank, Royal Bank of Scotland, Barclays, Bank of America, Citibank, you know, Credit Suisse, right? These are some of the prime banks in the world, and that's who the brokers send your orders to. So this is pretty good because, you know, there's always going to be liquidity for your order. That means the ease of placing orders and closing your orders. Now, this is important. Okay, this is number 5, guys. You're looking for a broker that uses ultra-fast servers, their computer servers, using Equinix or some other similar data center. Okay, and you want to look for a broker that offers lightning fast trade execution under a second. Opening and closing your trade should not cost you money with excess pips. And you don't want your computer to freeze on your trade screen. There should almost be no messages, or notices on your trade screen for market level requotes or loading data problems and so on. However, just keep in mind, you may have an old computer, and which may contribute to the slowness of entering your trades, looking at your charting platform and so on. So if you're going to be serious about trading Forex, get yourself a newer computer, okay, and that can handle the data. Okay, so number 6, this is super important. Okay, it is for me anyways, and it is for a lot of traders from around the world. I look for a broker that has a platform with a New York close. Okay, now what does that mean? Well, it means that your end of day always ends with the New York session at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you know, the Forex markets, when you're trading Forex, there are different markets around the world. We have the New York market, which starts at 8 a.m. in the morning, Eastern Standard Time, to 5 p.m. Then we have the Asian market, opening with Australia and New Zealand at 5 p.m. And then at 7 p.m. we have the Japanese market, or the Eastern Asian market, opening up 7 p.m. and at 3 o'clock in the morning we have the London session. So when I talk about 3 o'clock again, I'm talking about 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, now Eastern Standard Time here in, because this is Toronto here, we're at the same time frame as New York City. So Toronto and New York is the same time zone. It's called the Eastern time zone, Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so what does that look like on your charts? Well, take a look at these lines. I've got the arrows here. See these lines? So from here to here, from here to here, from here to here, and so on. The end of the trading session is drawn by a line automatically on the MT4 charts, okay, which is what I urge you to get. These lines are drawn automatically, and this is 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it's very easy to see in your charts. It's super convenient. These are called separator lines on the MT4 charts. So it makes it super easy to look at your charts to see where the price is in relationship to the 5 p.m. Eastern time zone. Right after that, next few candles is the open right here, the open of the Asian market. The London market is right there, and so on and so forth. So these lines are super easy. They're drawn automatically when you get the MT4 charts. Okay. Number 7. You want a user-friendly trading platform. So we just talked about the MT4 charts, and this is super important. It's free and good. A broker should never charge you for this. It's free. Most brokers around the world offer this, so it's free and it's really, really good. It's easy to trade with. Okay, and you can choose different order types, market and pending. You can take multiple trades on it. Except for U.S. traders and Canadian traders, you can also hedge your trades. You can hedge your trades if you use a Forex broker that offers that. And there are some brokers that do offer this to U.S. and Canadian traders. So I want you to stay tuned. I've got some very important information coming up for brokers that you can use even if you're in Canada or U.S. and also from around the world. Okay, so the MT4 platform is really good. It allows you to put on indicators and other drawing tools, and also you're able to trade off your laptop, computers, tablets, cell phones, and so on. Okay, so MT4 platform is the world's most popular trading platform. Make sure you get that, okay? Next, number 8. The next criteria is you want a good selection of products. So a good Forex broker will offer you Forex, of course. These are the Forex currency pairs. Okay, here's the currency pairs right there. Then shares. So if shares are the major companies in this world. World indices like S&P 500, the DAX, European indices, Asian indices, metals right here, such as oil, gas. Metals such as gold and silver, and energies, which is oil and gas, and so on and so forth. So a good Forex broker has all these products for you to buy and sell, and you can buy and sell using the MT4 platform. So this is pretty good. They even also offer cryptocurrency trading, such as Bitcoin and some of the other cryptocurrencies that are available. So just make sure that your broker offers that as well. Okay, and number 9, this is important, good customer experience. Okay, a good broker cares about you, at least a little bit anyways. You want to make sure that they do care about you a little bit, and will provide you with a personal account service manager to look after any problems you may have. So if you have an issue, if you have some problems, you should be able to contact, at least by email, your account service manager, who should be able to look after you. Good brokers should always have a phone number. Make sure on their website there's a phone number that you can call if you need to contact them in a hurry or for anything important, especially if you have a big account balance. And finally, the broker website should have available 24/7 a live chat button that you can click and talk to someone live at any time. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Good customer experience is super important when you're looking for a broker. Withdrawals, number 10. It's important to withdraw your funds from time to time, right? Especially if you're making money, and you should be, and you should always do this anyways, to test out the broker's website or the brokerage itself. If you're making a little bit of money, withdraw a little bit just to test them out, to see how well that process works, right? Now, the withdrawal should be quick, 3 days or less, okay? And this is super important. You don't want any funny business from the broker or withholding the money that you want to withdraw. Withdrawals usually come from an account portal that you set up with your own account number, just like a bank. You can go to that portal within the website and either deposit or withdraw money, okay? And this is important, so check that to see if they offer that, okay? Transparency. Now, this is pretty big. I do a lot of homework checking out different brokers from around the world, and I want to see if I can find some very important information on their website, okay? So you should be able to find all kinds of information regarding policies on conducting their business, their deposits, withdrawals, their disputes, You want to find out background information on the company. Their location is important. Where are they located? Their contact information, the account types that they offer, the spreads. There should always be they should be transparent about what their spreads are like on their different accounts, right? Whether it's a standard account or a pro account. You want to know what instruments they trade, instruments or products. I just went over that. You know, stocks, currency pairs, commodities, energy, and so on. You want to find out information on their leverage and margin call levels. Also, a lot of good brokers, the established ones, they have education and market analysis information on their website. That's free, and it's always handy to see what they think about what's happening in the markets. Does your broker have a history? Like, in other words, have they been in business for a while? Okay, and do they have any information on their financial standing and so on? So this is what we mean by transparency. You're not going to find tons of information on a lot of broker sites, so beware of that. This is something that I look for when I want to deal with a broker. Okay, relationship service. Is there a dedicated relationship manager? Is there someone that looks after you? Now, this is often offered by the broker to people or to traders who trade with large amounts of money, and you may only get this when you have a certain size in your account, but you know, this is something else that you can look at. Is there a dedicated relationship manager once your account grows? Okay, now next thing is there good education support? You won't find this on a lot of brokers, so it's not a mandatory. It is important, but that doesn't mean that the broker is good or not. Do they offer extra educational videos, webinars, market analysis, newsfeed in the way of support and learning? Only the bigger brokers will offer this, and it's too bad many of the other brokers don't. But take a look on the website. Do they offer that? And that's always good if you can keep on learning. And they often have some terrific, knowledgeable analysts or on staff, or technical people on staff who are traders themselves and often give you good trading advice, tips, and also signals on different currency pairs and trades that they're looking at, so that they want to offer you. So take a look at the website if you can find some educational support. Okay, now demo account trading, number 14. How good is their demo account? Demo account, first of all, as you know, is free. It should never be charged by a broker. You don't pay for this. Is the speed of order transactions the same as their real money accounts? The transition from demo to real money trading via the software platform that they have should be seamless. In other words, should be very similar, the same, and there should be no learning curve. Once you've traded on a demo account, you should be able to, when you open up your live account, be able to trade just as efficiently as you were on your demo. So make sure that there's no surprises. No surprises on a demo, and make sure that the speed of orders and opening, closing orders is pretty good on the demo account. Okay, so positive reviews. Now, this is a little bit controversial. It's number 15 right here. Okay, but it's controversial because you will often get a lot of negative reviews for almost any broker out there. However, a really good site for honest reviews is Forex Peace Army. Okay, so you can go to right here, www.forexpeacearmy.com. Okay, and they offer unbiased reporting reviews, and is one of the world's best sites for this and other important relevant information regarding Forex trading. Okay, now there are also right here other really good independent review sites, such as Forex Brokers. It's spelled B-R-O-K-E-R-Z. Make sure you got the Z there. ForexBrokers.com. You've got 100forexbrokers.com, and you've got forexbrokers.com. They're almost all similar in wording, but make sure you type it correctly. They have excellent sites for reviews of Forex brokers. Okay, now remember, there are no good or perfect Forex brokers. I'm sorry, I didn't want to say good. There are no perfect There are no perfect Forex brokers that tick all these boxes, okay? But the reviews have to be mainly positive, more good than bad. And finally, this is important. Remember that there's a silent majority. There may be some traders who have experienced who've had a bad experience with some brokers, even some of the best in the world, and they're the ones that will always comment on these review pages. So you're going to get sometimes a lot of negative comments, but that's the silent majority. The majority of the traders who are very happy are not going to post comments, are not going to post good comments unless they're asked. So just remember that when you're watching, it can be biased. A lot of these review sites, I find that you have to take them with a grain of salt, because the silent majorities, the ones who are the complainers, the ones who have had problems for whatever reason, are very vocal, and the good traders, or the most of traders who have been having or experienced really good have had a good experience with these brokers, are not going to post comments. So just keep that in mind as well, okay? And I want to continue right along. Finally, number 16, avoid scams. Now, this is super important. Regulated brokers are rarely involved in scams and frauds. However, traders should always try to look for red flags which signal a Forex scam. Okay? So, when a Forex broker promotes their business, they may have flashy claims that advertise quick riches on their websites or on the newspapers or TV and so on. They may have huge endorsements showcasing famous people, celebrities, or major sporting events. Now, that's not necessarily bad, and that not necessarily is a red flag, but a lot of the smaller brokers and the shady brokers, the offshore brokers, do sponsor famous people in that, because it's easy. I mean, they have the money. It's easy to pay sponsorship to a famous athlete or famous person, right? It's very easy to do that. You don't have that, but it doesn't mean that they're a good broker, okay? Another red flag is they advertise huge bonuses or other incentives designed to get you to invest. I stay away from all incentives and bonuses. So if a broker tells me they've got $100 or $50 or whatever to free money when you open up a live account, I stay away from that, because usually you have to read the fine print, and they're going to force you to make X number of trades, or a lot of trades, just to make that money back. Okay, so there's a lot of hidden fine print. I just stay away from extra bonuses and things. Okay, every broker should have a warning disclosure that the investment is very risky. Okay, that should be on their website. And finally, this, and again, getting back to something I just spoke about, withdrawals. If there's any problems with the withdrawals, with withdrawing your money from your account, they come up with excuses, or it's just really takes a long time. Then that's a major red flag. Okay, so just I want you to understand that. Now, final tips. You can pause this page, read it all, but these are some of the top tips when it comes to choosing a Forex broker. This is important. Only deposit the amount of money you want to trade with and no more. And so that means if you have a little bit of money, try not, deposit their minimum or keep it under 500. And even if you have a lot of money, you're willing to put up $20,000 or more, I urge you not to do that. I urge you to put in no more than $10,000 or so to start your account, until you see what happens, and that you can test the broker with some withdrawals and everything else. Another huge important tip is you can open a demo account with 3 or 4 brokers. That's allowable, guys. I mean, don't get stuck with one broker. So you can open a demo, but this also is true on a live account. Don't put all your money in one basket. It's best to have your money divided in at least 2 real different broker accounts, like real live accounts. Okay, I personally have a broker account with a fantastic regulated broker here in Australia, okay, which I've advised a lot of my students over the years. We've always had brokers from Australia, but if the regulations are becoming harder and harder in Canada, and recently my Australian broker has said to me and has informed me that they are no longer willing to take on any further future Canadian clients. So we're now looking for another broker as well. And for my second account, I'm going to be putting up my money in another broker that I'm going to talk about in just a moment. So it's good to have your money divided in a smaller portion. So if you have, let's say, 5, 6, 7,000 to invest in a broker, maybe put a couple of thousand in one broker, a couple of thousand in another broker. Now, you don't, just because you open up a live account and you put money in there, does not mean that you have to trade with it, okay? You don't have to use it. So you can trade with one account and keep the other account on the side, right? But it's good to have your money divided into a couple of different brokers. Now, this is super important, this next item, okay? This is for Canadian and US, non-US traders, okay, first of all, but I do have great news for US traders as well. So just hold on, keep watching the video, a few more minutes to go. I have a broker that accepts Canadian and other non-US traders. I've established a fully regulated, understand this is a fully regulated ECN broker from an economic, stable country that is now accepting traders for their amazing pro account. It's important, guys, to get a pro account because pro account gives you the ability to trade with least amount of spread and least amount of at the lowest cost. It is, you know, I've always traded with a pro account. I've advised all of my students to get a pro account because your spreads are going to be extremely low from, you know, 0.0, like basically, you know, like the pips, well under 1 pip spread for most of the major pairs. So it's super important, right? But they're giving me, and they're giving all of the viewers of this video 50% discount off the regular fee for opening up a live pro account. Now this is unbelievable, guys. This is super important. I've negotiated this on behalf of my own students here in Canada and clients, okay? However, I'm extending this to any of you who are watching this video, and if you need a good, reliable, regulated Forex broker, I want you to contact me. Let's be clear. This special offer is not available to everyone. You cannot contact this broker on your own because they do not advertise this on their home page. They have a certain fee. I'll tell you what it is. It's $2,000 minimum to open up a real live pro account, which gets you the lowest spreads, really good. And by the way, this broker has had some fantastic reviews, some really good reviews on some of these websites. So this is a big broker who is willing to take on Canadian clients, okay, and other non-US traders from around the world. If you want this 50% discount, which means you'll only have to put up $1,000 minimum to get this pro account, please contact me. If you're interested, I'm going to give you all the information and the link to this broker, and I will also give you a full ebook on this video as well, including a lot of information that I'm not including in this video. It's information that pertains to US, Canadian clients, and even if you're a trader from around the world, you'll get some further information regarding this special broadcast for brokers. Okay, so need you to email me, include your first name and the country that you reside in. That's important. I need to know the country that you live in, okay? Send the email to me. My name is Martin, mskyj007@gmail.com, okay? So there it is. There's my email address. Finally, subscribe to my channel. If you like this video, make sure you click on the like and the subscribe links below. You will get, you will also need to click on the tiny bell. When you click on the subscribe button, a little bell will pop up. You have to click on that. So finally, if you want a good broker at a 50% discount for this pro account. Now, if you want to just open up just a regular account, I think the minimum deposit is only $200 anyway. So for anybody from around the world, this is still, it's fantastic. Remember, this is a fully regulated broker that I would recommend. If you want this information, contact me by email, again, Martin, MSKYJ007 @gmail.com. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. It's actually would have been longer, but I've left out some important information as well. But I've given you my top 16 tips. Hopefully you are wiser, and when it comes to finding your broker, I'd be interested. Please send me a message on this YouTube video. You'll be able to find us on YouTube below. Send me a comment and tell me what broker you're looking for. If you want more information, please contact me anytime. Again, there's my email address. So take care, everyone. We'll talk to you again next week. Bye for now.